I wanted to take a minute and talk about my health. About 9 years ago, while I was still in New York, I had been diagnosed with spondyloarthritis. Spondyloarthritis is an autoimmune disease that encompasses rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, psoriatic arthritis, ankylosing spondylitis, which is a fusion of the bones in the spine, as well as Crohn's disease. Yay! I was on about 6 different medications. I had to go every 6 weeks to get a 4-hour infusion just to try and keep me pain-free for 5 weeks. And every other week I would go for a 90-minute deep tissue massage to loosen up my muscles enough so that I could hold a fork or spoon or a knife or anything without dropping it. When I decided to make the move to Florida, it turns out that 2 weeks after I got there is when everything got shut down by COVID. That happening, I had no access to a new doctor, no medical care, and no way of getting my medications. So I made the choice to just get rid of all my medications and not do anything for it. The warm weather in Florida was very, very helpful for the arthritis symptoms. So that was really not an issue for me lately. And then the psoriatic arthritis, every now and then I would get a little flare up and a little patch, and that was maybe every 6 months, so it wasn't horrible. Major trigger, worst thing, Crohn's. Major trigger for the Crohn's, cheese. I love cheese. I love mac and cheese. I love cheese sticks. I love cheese in my sandwiches. I love, oh my God, I love cheese. But anyone who's had Crohn's, knows someone who has Crohn's, has dealt with it, you know what I'm talking about. It was not fun, and I was punishing myself. So about 6 months ago, I decided that I was going to finally get off of it and do my best to ignore it altogether and make myself better, which it did regulate and make things easier for me. But now let's fast forward a little bit to October 1st of this year, when we made this move to Spain. I am surrounded by restaurants, Italian restaurants with fantastic cheese. So I decided I was gonna have pizza and see what happened. Nothing happened. So the next day I went out and had some cheese sticks. Nothing happened. Since then I've had my Gouda. I just came today before coming, and I had some brie cheese with my crackers, and I have been back on eating some dairy at least every other day. And I have had 0 symptoms. So that leads me to the question, was the problem the cheese, or was it the cheese in America?